Hi everybody, this is David Scott. I'm your instructor for English 102, Section 6. This is the summer online class for 2017. So if that's you, you're in the right spot. I've created this screencast in order to walk you through the ins and outs of Blackboard and what I use Blackboard for. So I guess get comfortable, grab a chair. I imagine you're probably sitting down, or or stand, whatever you're comfortable with. I'm good. And we'll just settle in, and I'm gonna walk you through the various tabs on Blackboard. So let's get started. Follow me. All right. So here we are. If you'll direct your attention to the left-hand side of the screen, I've got my cursor here on announcements. Announcements is the first page that you'll see, and I just use it to keep folks updated with breaking news regarding the course. It could be a reminder about assignments. It could be a reminder about extra credit or any number of things related to the course. So just remember to check announcements, and they'll pop up whenever I have them. The next tab down is called Faculty Information, and it is, as you suspect, it's a little bit of information about me. Not a lot, but oh, look at this picture here, this adorable human being. I will admit I've put on some winter weight since that picture was taken, so picture this guy with about 10 more pounds and you'll have it right. My email is davidscott@cwidaho.cc. My office is located on the main Nampa campus, which most of you have probably visited, but if you haven't, they call it, I don't know if you call it NCAB or NCAB, or I don't know what the cool kids are calling it, but just know it's the main Nampa campus, and it'll be in room 107, cubicle R. I will be there on Mondays and Wednesdays from 10:45 to 11:30. Or if that time doesn't work for you, make an appointment, and I'll try to find a time to come in and meet you when you can meet. If you'd like to know more about me, check out my intro letter under course documents, and we're gonna check that out in just a moment. But first, let's look at the next tab here, which is syllabus and schedule. This is very important. It has some very important documents for you to look at. Now, I will have already sent you an email. By the time you're listening to this, you will have received an email from me, which will contain an attachment for the syllabus and the schedule of events. The syllabus is, like most of the syllabi that you've read, it gives you an introduction to what the course is about. The next big document to look at is the schedule of events. This is the general overview of what's going to be happening each week. What are we reading? What are we working on? What assignments are due? All of that good information. And then lastly, there's a CWI institutional syllabus right here. This has some more general, but I would say vital information. Look over that at your leisure. If you've read over the first syllabus and the schedule of events and you just didn't want the magic to end, you don't have to. You can keep on going with the institutional syllabus. So aren't you relieved? All right, the next tab to look at is the course documents. Now this begins with the intro letter that I mentioned back on the faculty information page, and I will also send you an attachment of that. You'll have it in an email along with the syllabus and schedule of events. I'd like you to read over this intro letter. It's a little bit about me, and then I'm going to have you write one of your own on the discussion board, so get ready for that. You'll notice for course documents, this has all of the instruction sheets for the major essays that we're doing. We're doing 3 major essays for the course. There's Unit 1, which is a documentary review. It will require you to watch a documentary. I don't know if people watch documentaries at all, but I think they're interesting. And to write a review of one. And there will be more information on the Unit 1 instruction sheet, and be talking about it in the next couple of weeks. You'll notice there's a worksheet. It's called a review criteria worksheet. This goes in conjunction with Unit 1. This will be part of the process work that you do. The instruction sheets for Unit 2 and Unit 3 are there. If you're one of those curious types who likes to plan ahead, you can check out the instructions right there. Friday Night at Iowa 80 is one of the readings that will correspond to Unit 3, just so you know. Then there are final portfolio instructions. I would say you don't have to worry about that right now. It's for the end of the semester. But again, if you're a curious sort, go ahead and take a look. And then you'll see there's a Unit 1 rubric. This document will help you understand what I'm looking for when I read your first essays. So check that out at your leisure. The next thing I would like to point out is this Essay Upload Final Drafts tab. This is the tab that you click on when it is time to turn in your essays. So when Unit 1 is due, you would go right here where it says Unit 1, Research Documentary Review, and click on that. Click on that and you'll be given this page. This is where you will upload your Unit 1 final draft essay. So you would go down to where it says Browse My Computer to find the file where you have saved your Unit 1 somewhere on your computer. Look for it. I'm just going to put Unit 1 rubric because I don't have a Unit 1 essay written. Once I click choose, this pops up here, and then I scroll down and then I hit submit. I'm not going to do that now because I'm not submitting anything for the course, but that's what you would do when Unit 1 is due. And you can kind of see right here, oh, it's due June 19th, 250 points possible. And this is where you would submit your final draft, not your rough draft, but your final draft. The next thing I would like to talk about is the discussion board. Because this is an online class, many of the discussions that we will do will take place in the discussion board, right? We're not meeting face to face, so this is where we will discuss and write about the various topics related to this course. And you'll notice under forum there are each thing that you will need to post on will be divided into various activities for each week. So you'll see week 1 intro letter. Remember the intro letter that I wrote to you? You'll be writing one too, and it'll go into week 1. You'll have a reading response for the first 2 chapters of They Say, I Say. This is where the reading response will go. And so on and so forth. If you scroll down, which I'm doing, you can kind of see there will be a rough draft forum. That's where you'll post your rough drafts. There are different things that we're doing with the discussion board. And these, of course, are all worth points, and I've tried to break down the points value of each discussion board forum. Now, I'm going to do a separate screencast that goes into the discussion board forums a little bit more in depth to walk you through that. But that's just a general overview. We're not using the groups tab, so you don't have to worry about that. My grades, you can use that to check on your progress. I would say the major points of the course are locked into the essays, so you're not going to see a lot of points pop up until after the first essay is graded. Just keep that in mind. There's a tab here under that called Student Resources. If you click on that, you'll see that there's a whole is a wealth of information here that might be useful to you. I think it's pretty self-evident what each one is, so I'll let you read over that on your own. Although I would point out the CW library will be a great resource for you when you go to find research. Information technology, if you're having problems logging on, this gives you information that you need. You can find this on the main CWI webpage as well. One-stop information, etc. Lots of great information there. Underneath that are tools, and I'll click on that, and that will bring you different links to various things that might be useful to you. I don't really use this that much, but you may find something there that will help you. Underneath that will be links. These are very important links that tie into the assignments. These are things that I find useful, and I think that you'll find useful as well. I won't go over every one of them in detail, but you can kind of click on those, and I'll allude to them in announcements and in emails to you. So check that out. Sample essays, it's exactly what it sounds like. If you would like to know what an essay would look like, check on these. There's Unit 1, 2, and 3. These are past essays that students have written. I've taken the names off and asked for permission to use these. So this will give you an example of what each essay assignment looks like. So check those out. Course evaluations, that's something that you guys will do at the end of the semester, and I'll remind you when course evaluations have opened up. And then the last tab here are weekend update letters. So this is something that I've created. There's nothing on there now. I'll click on there now. But each weekend, starting June 9th and 10th, which is a Friday and Saturday, I'll be sending out a weekend update. This is a weekly letter from me to you, basically summing up some of the key things that we talked about on the discussion board, what assignments are coming up, general thoughts, kind of a check-in letter. These are kind of things that if we were in a face-to-face class, I would just be talking with you about. And also I like to include tips and advice and other bits of instruction. So these letters are fairly important. You'll see them, I'll email them to you, but I also will have a backup copy on this tab. So you'll see these pop up. After you've received an email, I'll also include them on Blackboard. So if you lose the email, you can always go back and check on Blackboard for them. All right, I think that's a lot of information, but hopefully it gives you a good overview on what kinds of things I use Blackboard for. Hopefully, being 102 students, maybe you've had some experience with Blackboard before. If not, just don't stress it too much. Email me with any questions that you have, and I can't wait to get started on the class, and I hope you enjoy it. Take care.